So it is currently 5:27, December 1st, and I got today's workout. It's a long run, probably the longest run I've done in a very long time, and I've been dreading it all week. It's actually going to be, I'm not doing it based off of distance, I'm doing it based off of time, like I've said in my previous video. So Cassie's family's supposed to come over today, and then I got donuts with my daughter planned for breakfast. So I got a goal is to try and finish it before Adeline wakes up so we can go get our donuts. But I'm gonna need some fuel for this one, so I'm actually gonna go eat 2 slices of toast with some peanut butter and honey and probably banana, and then I'm gonna stretch out for it, drink my pre-workout, get my read in, and then attack this run, which I'm not looking forward to. So time is 6:45. It's about time to kick off this morning run. If you can tell by my voice, I am not excited for it at all. And I'm running a little bit behind, so we will see how this goes. Right now I'm finding a movie to watch because I know I'm going to be on here for a while. Yesterday I ran 8 miles and it took me about an hour and 12 minutes. So I'm currently watching the whole Marvel saga. I've already watched Incredible Hulk, and now I am watching Iron Man. Obviously I've seen the entire saga like 1,500 times. But there's something about running 2 Marvel movies that makes it not as terrible. I actually don't even know if my headphones will last this entire race, but we shall see. If you can't tell by what I'm wearing, it's freaking cold. It is currently 57 in my garage, but that's what it was yesterday. And then about 20 minutes in, I start taking off the layers. What gets cold the most though, and why I hate running in the cold, is my hands. Even in the garage, my hands still get freezing. Well, that's enough complaining. I've complained enough already for this run. So anyways, warmed up, loosened up, drank my pre-workout, which was 2 scoops of Ultra-Formance. So I got basically about 50 grams of carbs, and then 1 scoop of Megawatt for some energy and focus. And now, since I'm all warmed up, ain't nothing to it but to do it. I will check in with you guys as I go through this run. I'm not going to record the whole thing because that might go down as the most boring video ever on YouTube. Oh, here we go. Alright. About 40 minutes in. Just at about 4 minutes, or 4 miles, 4.17 miles. Trying to find a good pace. What I've been doing also for my longer runs, I was reading about basically the benefits of picking a certain time frame, whether it be, or a distance, whether it be 10 minutes, a mile, 20 minutes, whatever, or whatever time frame or distance you choose. When you hit that, you walk for like a minute, maybe 2, and really the benefit of that is, 1, you get your heart rate back down, but 2, you break up your rhythm. So like I noticed that as I'm walking, it's almost like I'm stretching out my legs, if that makes sense, my calves, as opposed to just doing the same motion for a certain amount of time. You kind of got to move your muscles. This is also beneficial because anytime you do like a certain race, usually there's like water stations in between, which in the past I would always just run through them. But I was reading different things of like people when they've broken certain records for races, whether it be a marathon or half marathon or anything. Their strategy is they walk every aid station. And even by them walking, they still will PR like their fastest time. So kind of been doing that. I noticed a difference. Also, it just gives me a minute to like blow my nose, drink some water, move my arms a different way, whatever it may be. And I feel a lot more, it's almost like a motivational bump too. By walking, you have something to look forward to. And then as soon as you take off running again, you have like a little pep to your step because you're refreshed. So only now 4.25 miles in, my heart rate's down to 114. So now I'm gonna get back to running. All right, I've been running for about an hour and 24 minutes. Just at 8.5 miles. Average pace is I think about like 9 minutes per mile pace. What I'm doing is every 20 minutes, I walk for about a minute, then drinking some water, blowing my nose, again, kind of moving my muscles a different way, and it's helping me feel and stay fresh. Still got some time. What did you ask?
I said this is donut time.
I think it is. I didn't get to do my workout. Oh, bless you. Hour and 52 minutes. I was supposed to do 2.5 hours, Missy. But are you ready? You gotta go potty? Yeah? Okay. Go put your shoes on. I'm gonna be right in. I gotta take a quick shower and then we'll go, okay? Alright. So what you just saw is a typical hybrid dad situation. So the goal was, the goal was to run for about 2 hours. 2.5 hours if I'm being honest. But I did not hit the time. The reason I didn't hit the time is because my little girl woke up. So I have technically still about 40 minutes left. I ran 11.38 miles at a 9:50 minute per mile pace. It was honestly a test. I wanted to see how I felt doing it. And if I'm being honest, I feel pretty good. My lower back's a little sore. My calves are tight. I'm sweating like crazy. But realistically, I think I'm testing out fueling to see how I feel when I run for a certain amount of time. And the reason why is because I'm probably gonna tell you guys what my next challenge is that I'm gonna face for 2025, but that's later to come. So anyway, all in all workout took me an hour and 52 minutes, 17,707 steps, burnt 1,429 calories. It's 8:48. So I'm gonna go in, shower, and then go get donuts with my daughter. What?
I'm walking slow.
I know, why are you walking so slow, girl?
Because I am.
Ooh, mama, there's so many donuts. Look at all. They're fresh. Ooh, hi, how you guys doing? I got you, girl. Just got home with the donuts, and it's about that time. What is it, mama?
Donut time.
Donut time. Donuts with my daughter. Look at these bad boys. All right, time to reveal the bad boys. Bad boys. Ooh, bad. Where's your donut, mama? Which one's yours? Right here, right? Didn't you want that one? The white sprinkle one. That look good?
Yeah.
What we gotta choose? No, cheers. You were gonna eat my donut.
Take a bite. I can do that.
Mmm.
Mmm.
What does it taste like?
Sugar.
Sugar.
I have sugar.
You're the cutest chewer ever. Is that the only donut you want? Or do you want half of that? Oh, good job. You ripped it. Put it in here. Smart trade, mama.
This is a good donut, but it's cinnamon.
No, this one's cinnamon. You have white frosting.
I got cinnamon white frosting.
Oh, cinnamon white frosting. Okay.
with noodles on top.
Alright, so it is 11:28, which means it is time to ice bath before Cassie's family gets here. And one thing about being a hybrid dad is your little mama will follow you anywhere you go. What am I about to do, Mama?
I'm about to get in a jump.
I said I was gonna go ice bath, and she said she wanted to go out here and watch me, so I'm about to ice bath, and you're gonna see this. 3 minutes in 45-degree temperature water. I do this every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Friday. So I try to do 4 times a week for at least 3 minutes in there. And if you have an ice bath, it absolutely sucks. I don't even know if there's actually any benefit to it. I just do it because it's, like I said, it's not fun. And I'm trying to teach my daughter all about hard work and what it leads to. Hey, Mama, what does hard work lead to?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. So
but I'm playing golf, so it has to take a while.
Okay.
But when you're out there, I think I may go inside. Okay. For you.
All right, so 3 minutes. Let's get this popping. It is very important that as a father, you do everything possible to make your life hard so that your child's life becomes easier. A lot of my students, the issues that they have when it comes to life and interacting with others and dealing with emotional stress, physical stress, school stress, life stress, whatever it is, most of their issues come from someone telling them to do something, them not wanting to do it, which leads to frustration, which leads to outbursts, which leads to social anxiety, which leads to emotional issues, whatever it may be. And this stems from their parents choosing to have an easier, or choose the easier route for them because they don't want to take the tough road. And what I mean by that is, one of my good friends, Levi, when I was hanging out with him one time, he told me, and I've said this before, he said, it's really hard to be a parent when you care. And that is so true. It is very easy to be a parent if you don't want to deal with confrontation, if you don't want to deal with an uncomfortable situation. And that's really what parenting is every single day you have to do something. Not every, but there's often times, important times in your child's life where in order to set your child up for success later on in the future, you're going to have to do something that, one, you probably don't want to do, and two, is going to be uncomfortable. For instance, when you have a child that, I remember the first time it was like taking Adeline to the grocery store. As a parent, you're nervous. You get some certain type of stress. You get some anxiety because you've never done it before. If you've never taken your own child out into public, in a public place, there's different stressors that come in that you're worried about. Are they going to have to go to the restroom? Are they going to have a blowout? Are they going to need a bottle? Are they going to get fussy? Are they going to fall asleep? There's just all these different things that go through your mind. But as they get older, your worries start to change depending on their age. So, for instance, your worry could be oh, if they haven't had their nap, or if they get hungry, are they going to get fussy? And if they get fussy, am I going to be able to handle it? Are they going to have a tantrum? Are they going to be one of those kids that rolls around on the ground and starts freaking out, and now everybody's looking at me as, oh, he's such a bad parent? The tough route is you have to endure that. You have to go through that. You have to learn from it. You have to take the risk of, there is a chance that your child may freak out when you're in public. There is a chance that you may have to discipline your child in public. There may be a chance that you have to literally leave the entire situation and take you and your kid out of the situation, meaning you leave the store entirely because they are throwing a tantrum, and then you don't get your shopping done. That is a possibility that may happen. But by you choosing to do that, it's helping your child out in the long run. And that's a harder job for you. So by you doing that, you're going to have an opportunity to possibly teach your child how to act in public. If you don't choose that route and you choose the easy route for yourself, say for instance, you see it all the time now, especially at dinner, or any time there's a chance that your kid may not be entertained. I see this a lot where if the parent thinks that, okay, I can't entertain my child because I have to do something, or we're going somewhere and they're not going to have anything, I'm just going to hand them my phone or a tablet or whatever it may be. And that's very easy. There's no stress to that. You hand them that, golden ticket, and now they're totally fine. They're locked in. They're not fussy. They're not doing anything, and you're able to do your thing very easily. Whatever you need to do, it becomes easy. And that's tough, because as a parent, now you're going to want to always, oh, I'm going to just choose the easy route. Or for instance, if the easy route is dropping your kids off somewhere so you can go do your own thing instead of bringing your kids with you, that eventually is going to play a role in how your child deals with doing things they don't want to do. I see this all the time with my students, is if I call home and I talk to a parent about, hey, your student has been acting up, or your student hasn't been doing their work, or your student has been kind of defiant, the traditional reasons why teachers call home. If I call home to have that conversation with the parent, a lot of times, I would say 90% of the time, the parent says, oh, I never have that issue. I never have the issue of my child not doing what they're supposed to, or I never see my child act that way. And the difference, and I know this because I talk to my students of what your life looks like when you get home, or like, what do you do when you get home? And a lot of them will say, oh, I just go in my room, go on my phone, play my video games, I take a nap, I do whatever. When I ask them, like, well, you don't have to do anything around the house, or like, you don't have to go somewhere with your parents, or you don't have to do things. What I'm basically asking these questions because I'm trying to figure out if when they're at home, do they have to do things that they don't want to do? Like when they get home, do they have to do chores? Do they have to clean their room? Do they have to do homework? Those are all things they don't want to do. Do they have to run errands with their parents, like the grocery store, go to their brother's, football practice when they don't want to? Do they have to do these things with their parents? Like, do their parents have to run errands and they have to go with them with no phone and just sit there and be in an uncomfortable situation and learn how to behave? Like, do they have to do any of that? And the answer is usually no. They don't have to do that. Because if they did have to do that, I wouldn't be calling home, because they would have already been taught that. A lot of times when my daughter is acting up, I don't want to have that conversation with her. I don't want to yell at her. I don't want to have to discipline her. That part of the life as a parent sucks. The fun part is when you're interacting, you're having a great time. The worst part about parenting is when your kid throws a tantrum, and maybe it's a tantrum that they've never thrown before, and you have to learn on the fly of, okay, how do I deal with this? But that's the thing. You have to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, because it's easier to just give them what they want. Oh, whatever, let them have the tablet, let them have the iPhone, or let's just go. It's okay, they can have that. When you do that, you're doing that as a selfish act, because you're doing it because it's easier for you to just give them what they want. It's hard for you to stand your ground and say, no, you can't have that, because one, you don't deserve it, or you haven't done anything to earn it, or you're acting bad. Why would I reward you? That's the hard part about parenting. But that's what you have to do if you want your child's life to be easier. See, the average parent will always choose the easy route for themselves, and in the long run, it makes their child's life a lot harder. So I'm telling you right now, you need to choose what's hard for you so that your child's life seems easier in the future. See, if you say, you know what, I'm going to take my kid and run errands all day with them and not give them the tablet and have them learn how to interact with others or be in a spot where they don't want to be in. When you're at the store with them, have conversations with them, make little games out of it, like interact, like, oh my gosh, I do it all the time with my daughter. If we're walking through something, kids, everything's new to kids. So it's you just got to show them how to be fascinated about everything. When we're going through the supermarket, I'm like, whoa, mama, look at those, apples over there. Or check out how yellow those bananas are. Oh, look, that fruit kind of looks like that fruit from your show the other day. If you're constantly engaging them, they'll never need one of those tablets or those phones or anything like that because you're interacting with them. But again, that's hard. Especially, for instance, if you're, a wife and you've been up all in the middle of the night, or a mother, I'm sorry, and you've been up all in the middle of the night with them because they haven't been sleeping or they're sick or whatever, and then you wake up and you're tired and you have to make them breakfast and you have to clean up the house and you got to make dinner and then you got to take them to the grocery store and you got to run all those errands. That's super difficult. I'm not taking that away, and I'm not saying that, you shouldn't, I understand what you're going through. Like, I see when my wife Cassie has to deal with, that's tough. But what separates you and makes you not the average parent is when you realize, okay, this is what parenting is. This is what I gotta do. I have to lock it in right now, push through this. And I'm not saying it's gonna happen all the time. Trust me, I have my times. My wife has her times when we are just like tired. There's certain things though we will not cross the line. Like my daughter will not have a phone. She will not have a tablet. We will not resort to that. We will do everything possible to try to entertain her, whether it's through coloring, whether it's through toys, whether it's going outside. But it's hard because you got to be basically 100% all the time. And it's very easy to, oh, I'm having a rough day. Let me just hand him a phone and sit back and do my own thing. And I don't know, and again, Cassie and I will let, Adeline watch TV and everything. And I don't know what it is about the phone and the TV, but there is a difference. I see kids when they're on a phone or a tablet and they are like glued to that thing, and you offer them like, hey, let's go outside or let's go do this. Like in my house, we refer to it as the O word because as soon as we say outside, Adeline gets freaking excited and wants to run straight outside because she knows she's able to go play. But I've seen kids that when they're on their phone or their tablet or whatever, they're totally oblivious to everything going on in the world. And I don't see that with the TV. I see sometimes when kids are locked in with the TV, but I don't know if it's the distance. But there's definitely a difference in a tablet and a TV. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I don't know if there's proximity. I would love to see studies on that. But when a child is, or even, I know, speaking from personal experience, if I'm on my phone and I'm looking at YouTube, I could go down a YouTube rabbit hole for probably like 8 hours and not even blink an eye. But if I'm watching YouTube on my TV, there's something about it being far away. I don't know if it's because I could see other thing that's going on, but I'll lose interest in it. And I'll end up walking away and I'll go find something else to do. And I see the same thing with Adeline. She'll be watching one of her favorite shows or something, but then if I grab a coloring book and start coloring, now she wants to color. Like she'll deviate that. Or if I say, hey mama, you want to go outside? Or she sees me go outside, sometimes she'll just leave her show to go outside and see what I'm doing because, again, I don't know if it's the distance. But I've been around children where there's like a phone or a tablet in front of them and nothing else matters. Nothing. You could offer them to go outside. You could say, hey, we're going to go ride our bikes. You could do anything that kids usually find fun and entertaining. And they'll pass it up because they want the phone. I've seen kids literally leave doing something fun to say, hey, can I have a tablet? Or hey, can I have a phone? Or I want to do this. And that's where I know there's a difference. I don't know the research, but I know there's a difference. But again, that's the easy route. Choose the hard route so your child's life seems easier. And I see that with kids because as they go through life, if you are a parent, you know that probably 90% of your day is doing things you don't want to do. But when you get good at doing things you don't want to do, your life seems a lot easier. And that is your job as a parent, is you got to choose the hard route and do things you don't want to do by having your kids do what they don't want to do, and then in the long run, their life becomes easier, because now when they're in school or they're at their job or they're interacting with people, they're used to doing things that they don't want to do. And their life seems a lot easier. But it's harder for you. So my advice to you, parents, choose the hard route for yourself, whether that's disciplining your child, having that tough conversation with your child, not giving in to your child so that you have an easier time for that moment. Like, for instance, giving them the phone so you can go relax. You chose the easy route, and that's going to make their life harder in the long run. I encourage you not to be the average parent, because the average parent will choose what's easy for them, and that leads to a hard life for their kid. My advice, make your life hard so your kid's life seems easier. Thank you for watching another episode of Not Your Average Dad. It's extremely cold. Like I said, ice bathing, I think, is just something that is very popular and has gained a lot of traction on social media, because everybody ice baths and shows people that they ice bath, like I just did. I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I don't know the health benefits behind it. I actually think I saw a video of someone like debunking it, saying it's not even that. All the stuff that apparently it does to you is not true. Again, I don't know how accurate that is. But I know, for instance, just from like obviously playing sports, any injury, you want to ice it. So when it comes to being like an anti-inflammatory, I know that is a benefit. To me, I just feel amazing afterwards. Definitely wakes you up, definitely gets the dopamine. So I think that is all true. Again, it might be I don't know if there's any statistics behind it, but just speaking from someone who does it 4 times a week, I do like that part. So it's 12 o'clock now. Alright, so it's about 4:10 right now. We just had I finished up my cheat meal with Cassie and Adeline probably about a couple hours ago. Mexican food. So we got some surf and turf fries, and then I got basically a chicken bowl, and that kind of goes hand in hand with basically today is my cheat day. Also, since my volume of my running, me doing almost 11.5 miles today, burning that many calories. Right now I'm currently at 20,500 steps. For how I'm feeling, I'm actually feeling not too bad. My lower back, my right side that always gives me issues, is kind of a little tweaked right now. I'm going to foam roll before I go to bed, and I'm also going to stretch before I go to bed. This is typically what a Sunday looks like, though. This is kind of like my Sunday, I guess you could say my treat day, my cheat day. It's really just usually 2 meals, sometimes 3 meals. The calories and the carbs are obviously very high. That kind of go hand in hand with obviously the miles. Sundays are going to start being my long runs, extremely long runs here soon, because I think in next week I will tell you guys what I am thinking about doing in 2025. Kind of scares me, but I'm thinking about doing it. So the mileage are going to definitely have to start ramping up here soon, because I did sign up for something in 2025 that scares the mess out of me. And I'll probably tell you guys about that next video. If you guys want to take a guess of what it would, comment below what you think I signed up for. I'll give you a hint. It definitely scares me. I've told a couple people about it. I obviously told my wife. I told my daughter. Told my mom and dad. That's pretty much, like I said, what a Sunday looks like. So I'll wake up. I'll have peanut butter sandwich with some banana, some honey, some carbs to fuel me for my run. And then I'll have 2 scoops of Ultra-Formance, some more carbs. I'll go on my run. I come back, I always get donuts with my daughter. Like I said, I usually get about 4 or 5. So there's 1,200 calories right there. And then I always get at least another 2, probably 3,000 calories just from, it's probably actually closer to 2, 2,500. 2,500 calories from my lunch, which is usually, like today, we were craving Mexican food. So I got surf and turf fries. I got a chicken bowl, so more rice, and then obviously chicken breast. And it's kind of like a way that I just reward myself. I'm thinking that I may start switching it up and putting it on Saturdays to see kind of how my body feels. Like, for instance, I'm going to have all these carbs in me today. Tomorrow's going to be a low carb day. but I'm curious to see if I did this day on Saturday and then woke up on Sunday and obviously did my long run, how I would feel. Like, would I feel fueled up? So I'm gonna kind of, again, play with it, see how I feel, because this is all a prep for what I will be doing in 2025, which I will share with you guys shortly. Not in this video though, probably next one. But anyways, that is a typical Sunday for me as a hybrid dad. Wake up, get a workout in, and then spend all day with Cassie and my daughter, and basically cover that family fitness pillar that I'm always talking about. And then obviously my faith. Got my Bible read in this morning while I was stretching. So anyways, it's about 4:15 right now. I'm going to cut this one short due to the fact I'm going to go start prepping for tomorrow, because tomorrow I go back to work, which I'm not excited for. Cassie, or Adeline's already very upset that Daddy goes back to work tomorrow. But it is the thing I got to do. Got to go do that financial pillar that I'm always talking about too. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like this video. Comment below what you guys think I will be signing up for in 2025. I got a couple things I'm going to sign up for, but obviously there's one that scares the mess out of me. So comment below what you think that is. And then until next time, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.